Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Bar20. My name is Brandon Ross, your gracious host during this Player Hater Gaming production, and I am just excited to be here. If you don't know by now, the Bar20 show here on Wednesday nights is a Dungeons & Dragons show where we play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, and myself and this crazy group of friends I have come together over a virtual tabletop to play this fantastic tabletop role-playing game. Now, before I get started, I'm going to go through some really quick announcements. The area that I'm in and most of the players of this table are in, we're currently under a severe thunderstorm watch or expecting some heavy weather coming in the next hour or so. So if you see the stream cut out randomly, that's why. And just follow our Twitter at PlayerHaterLLC for updates if you see us go suddenly offline, and we'll let you know when we're going to come back. If we can come back, hopefully if there is any kind of outage, it's very quick and we can get back to it. With that out of the way, I just want to make some other quick announcements. If you haven't done so, check out our Facebook page, Player Hater Gaming. Every Sunday night we do a rebroadcast of this stream on our Facebook page, so if you can't catch us live, you can catch us there. If you can't catch us there either, just know that Sunday night about 8:30, 9 o'clock, we have this stream goes live on our YouTube channel. Same thing, Player Hater LLC. Really easy to find us. We've done our best to streamline it and just make it fast. Our Instagram is going live and popping off. My social media team is absolutely fantastic with everything they do. I am lost without them consistently, and I just let them do their thing because they're much better at that than I am. So to my social media team, thank you very much. Our Discord, if you haven't joined it by now, I encourage you to please come join our Discord. I love seeing new faces in there. I love seeing people talking about this game or just talking about life, sharing memes, just interacting with each other as a community. And I just want to watch this thing grow in a positive forward motion and hopefully make someone's day better by laughing at our memes, or if you need someone to vent at, we have a lot of channels in there to just talk about gaming, talk about life, all those kinds of things. We have merch. It's live. We got some fun things over there. We have shirts. We have some hoodies. I don't have my shirt on tonight. It is in the wash, but I will definitely take care of that, and I'll have it up. But they're very comfy. I'm excited with the quality that comes through on our Streamlabs, so go check it out if you want to. And then, some new news. If you watched our Hive Mind show last night, you would have heard the announcement, but for our... Actually, I'm going to hold off on that. Stop. Hit the brakes. We'll get that in a second. I'm going to hit anything else before I roll, and I'm actually going to get my table here to finish these announcements. Yeah, that's about it. I'm going to go get him, and I'm not going to tell him, and we'll see what happens.
This dude fucking... That's why I was thinking about the alpaca story, because I was like, I remember I told you that one. No, yeah? So me and Kelly were talking one day.
Okay. I tried to warn you.
Did I interrupt the story? This is what I have to deal with when I come back.
So, Brandon.
So real quick,
okay.
Let me switch our scenes here so we can see everybody. There we go.
Back.
Look at all these amazing faces. Look at all these people. I love them.
I feel extra as hell.
You feel extra as hell?
You got that whole...
Yeah. Well, you want to be you, so you do you, boo boo. But speaking of you doing you, boo boo, we will be seeing a return of the Knighted Bishop in the DM seat on the Friday weekly, thank goodness, Friday night game for his newest one, the Temptation of Reldon. I believe you said you're going to kick that off the 7th of January. Is that correct? And you're actually going to do something neat that I really liked. You talked about it. You're going to actually stream the Session 0. So all of you who may be new to D&D or you're not really sure how or what or the purpose of a Session 0 is, the Knighted Bishop is going to be gracious enough to give you an inside peek on that. Most of the times, a Session 0 is, even especially if it's streamed, it's done kind of behind closed doors and curtains because there's a lot of things that come out that could definitely you can see how raw it is, and I'm really looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. So yeah, the Session 0 will be held on the 7th of next year. So
yeah, because it's so far away.
Yeah, in a week, basically.
Fucking wait,
but that will be the Session 0.
Yeah.
Episode 1 will be TBD for right now. I just want to get the session 0 out there so that way there's some information that I want to pull from it, and then look for episode 1 coming shortly thereafter.
Okay. I will say that on our Tuesday night lineup, we will be either placing Hive Mind in detention or maybe do kind of a after dark stream with that. It's to be determined right now. But the Tuesday night main slot will be filling up with the Universe of D&D. And you've heard me talk about this before, and I want to run through it one last time before it kicks off, because it kicks off next Tuesday, and I'm super excited about it. And what it is it's going to help a lot of people, whether it be new to D&D or veterans of D&D, to answer a broad spectrum of questions. Obviously tailored more to the newer crowd, and it's going to get you to understanding what is D&D. What does it mean to play a tabletop role-playing game? What does it mean to have particular rules or constructs where I would say 90% of what happens is completely imagination in your head? Yes, here we have visuals on this stream. We have the maps. We have the tokens. We have the art, which I have Rick, our own Kelvin, does fantastic work with our tokens. He puts all these cards together by himself. Our artist, Jade, she is amazing and has handled all of the character art thus forth. And we have these things, but you don't need these things. And that's what the universe in D&D is going to be. It's going to be a way to get new people to understand what is Dungeons & Dragons, how do you play it, and as simply as we can, bringing forth information to you in a calm, collected manner so you can feel confident about playing this game. Because if you just look at a book and read it, you're going to be overwhelmed with the sheer vastness of what could be rules and text and things like that. But hopefully between the Knighted Bishop and myself, and maybe other guest spots throughout the time, we can convey to you confidence in playing this game, because everyone here loves it so much, and we would love to see it grow just exponentially, which it has been, and we just want to do our best to help the next wave be prepared to engage your creative side, because it's just so much fun.
I'm finally glad you guys are going to teach me. I've been winging it this entire time.
I think that's all I have for announcements outside of getting some of y'all to spend some bankroll. So as you know, we have the Annie, Are You Okay to DM, and I put that goal rather high as a false sense of security for Annie.
Yeah, I said we should have just done one.
You guys have hit goal, and I wasn't going to say when you were going to hit goal. I just had a number in my head that once you hit it, and he's like, oh, they're not going to make it. Too bad. I lied.
Brendan's like, bet.
Brandon,
I lied.
lie?
Brandon lies? Never.
What?
You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, wait, that's illegal.
You will be hearing from our lawyer.
You're supposed
I'm
to
not
tell me if you're
sure
a cop.
what day of the week I'm going to have her take over the stream, but I am going to have a Annie invasion, and she will be sitting in this spot as the DM for a one-shot.
Yeah.
So you're going to Brandon's house.
As soon as
All
she
right,
gets all
I'll
those
send
details
Brandon's chair.
together, as
I'll
soon as
sit
she
at
gets
his
all of her
desk.
details together, I'm going to force her onto the DM chair of her stream for all of you to see and just have a ton of fun.
Like that Britney Spears gif where she's just like,
You'll be fine.
maybe. Y'all might kill
Weren't
me.
you adding to it?
I mean, you're the DM, so they're supposed to kill you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
outside
will
of
figure
that,
out who I want and everything, and
okay.
I'll let y'all
You
know.
figure out the table, you figure out what you want, and you let me know, and I will help you set everything up so you can do it from the comfort of your own chair. But you'll be in this
Oh.
spot.
Gee, what do we pay you for? What do we not pay
Right?
you for not being
It's
our
not your attorney, I'll allow it.
What do we not pay you for?
Right?
Oh my gosh.
And demand a refund.
Am I forgetting any announcements, y'all? Everything good? Feels good.
Help
Got to
die?
announce how
Help
much we
dice.
fucking love you.
Help dice.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I hope Dice I was going to get
What
the
do you
next.
mean
That's why I'm
no?
sure.
Oh, thank
Hold
God.
on, you don't love
over
us?
Ice is over here kissing ass.
All right, so
I'm trying to get that bonus plot armor.
if you're new to the channel and You're not sure how it all works. I have done my best to make sure the community feels involved in almost everything we do, and I have a cool little system. I believe it's cool anyways. You can tell me if it's not. It's cool. You won't hurt my feelings. I gotta go.
It might hurt my feelings.
Maybe, but it's help dice.
Please don't hurt
If
his
you want to use your
feelings. I
bankroll,
don't want to hear about
you
it.
can choose so to kind of throw a little bit of assistance to our table. I do have a bit of a cap on it. I'll let each of them have 3 that they can use anytime for any D20 roll except for a death saving throw, because I am the one that handles those. So we'll just kind of go around the table here. Miss Snow.
I am full on my
Alrighty
help
then.
dice. I never use them. Why?
That's all right.
I'm so
That's
bad.
fine. That's all right. Knighted
No,
Bishop.
you're perfect. Never change.
How is
Yeah.
your help dice looking?
They are exactly as they should be.
What does that mean? You have 3 or 0?
Yes.
Oh, I hate you so much. All right, nothing for you. Rick, how's your help
I
dice
have
looking?
nothing. I need 3.
You need 3? All right, so if my
Yeah.
community deems it worthy that you have some help dice, y'all can feel free to help him out. I mean, I really wouldn't, but you can do whatever you want. Annie, how you looking there?
I need 1.
I think we
You
can
need
give
one?
to each other, Bishop.
Just
Okay.
1.
Yeah, no. Don't give him his points back. He can't do that.
He's only a guest. I mean,
Yeah.
Odin,
Nope. You just lost your points. I don't care. Kelly, how you looking?
I'm good, Tiger Woods.
Ah,
mean,
thanks,
I was never
thanks,
told
thanks.
Well, you've heard us be like, can't we use them for each other? And he's like, no.
No.
I paid attention.
Look, yeah, what's the tension? Who pays it? He's gonna die today, so Joe, how you looking?
I'm out.
You're
Of
out.
course.
Oh
course he
man.
Any kind of rolls ever.
Well, there y'all go.
The
You
day-
got the announcements
day
out there.
He says he's good on help die.
We'll let
the
y'all have a
day
few moments for that.
The world will end.
It's the
Yeah.
day I was knocked unconscious and left unconscious for the entire session.
Hold on, didn't you just sleep all last session? How are you out?
Not all last session. He almost got arrested for giving a dog to a kid.
That's right.
Did you forget? You were there.
Yeah, you
No.
were there.
You gave
I
me
was-
the fucking dog.
You were talking
was-
about it last night.
I was upset that he tried to give away the pet that I bought for him to give to you
I
guys.
had a
Buy
great
it?
plan, and everyone said no.
No, I just said that it looked like it ate its own vomit.
Remember what I said last week? Calvin took a nap, a dog was adopted, a dog was rehomed, there was a bar fight, and then there was a group fight. That's all there
It's a
is.
group fight. That's all it is.
And
All
Tam
right,
took a
y'all.
really
Summary.
long nap.
And a very
I
weird,
vote. That's it. She gets
a
the
very
D20.
weird hug.
That's,
All right.
that's your recap right there. It's over.
Yeah, there you go.
There's really nothing else to talk about.
Exactly.
recap.
That is exactly how it happened. There were
Well,
no
I mean-
further details needed.
I mean, we're all stressed. We could talk about that,
Right.
you know?
All right.
Oh, and Isa instigated
Where-
it all.
Where's my big dice? Where's my big one? There it
Oh
is.
no,
It
he
was hiding
lost
behind.
it.
Oh, no.
All right, everyone. A little bit of silence. Miss Snow, one more time for everybody in the back, and it's yours.
Oh, the recap that I
The
gave?
recap. I want it word for word again because it was perfect.
Calvin took a nap, a dog was adopted, a dog was immediately rehomed, sorry. There was a bar fight, and then there was a group fight, and throughout the whole thing, Tam took a really long nap.
It's yours. Let me know when you want to use it.
Okay.
I'm so sad because I never got to use mine.
I didn't get to
And
use
my mama
mine
said
either.
that Ice is the devil.
This is
Oh
the
my
devil.
god.
All right, y'all. Bringing it in for tonight's episode of our Bar20 show, the Wild Cards campaign. Our recap has been had. And we will open up our scene with Tamriel. You begin to feel yourself rising to your normal level of consciousness that you're used to, feeling refreshed in your reverie, knowing that you still need about 4 hours of light-ish rest, but at this point I think it'd be by like what, midnight-ish? Because you went early.
I got pissed off,
So I'm going to say it's midnight.
so I took a nap.
The old man.
Doesn't sound like an old man at all.
Yeah. So you come out of your trance, unsure of what time it is. You know it's going to be late because you went early. But currently you are in your meditative stance on the ground. It's dark. You're in the room you were in. Your dark vision picks up. You have that grayscale in front of you. But the table is yours. What would you like to do?
I will stand. I will leave my pack and most of my gear behind. I'm going to keep my daggers and my whip.
Okay.
And I am going to venture downstairs because I'm probably kind of hungry.
Okay.
Because I didn't eat that garbage food we bought from God knows where.
Okay.
And I haven't really had anything to drink, so I should probably consume something.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check, please.
Yes.
12.
Well,
I'd say about this time of night you come down. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. It's definitely the kind of busy you would expect. There's probably a total of 10 patrons scattered about.
Yeah.
Not super busy, but you definitely figure that with the climate that is unique to this desert capital, people probably don't stay out too late just because of the chill.
yeah.
It's definitely a bit cooler. There is oddly enough, there is a fire going, and it would make sense to you after a few moments of thinking about it. But you see, replaced at the bar, you do see this human male, probably about average height, brown shaggy hair, just kind of cleaning the bar down. And you watch him, he's probably done it a few times by now because he's just walking down one end and going down the other. It's pretty clean, but at the same time, not a ton of business right now. It's a little
The magic
cooler
towel,
and-
as long as you look like you're working, no one really bothers you.
Essentially, yeah.
I guess I will approach him, and is there anything left to eat?
Well, yeah, there's... I didn't move my microphone close to me. Hopefully I've been sounding okay. That's
I thought
my
so.
bad, y'all. Yeah, there's still some... We keep food mostly kind of warmed up for a bit, but I can definitely... It's kind of late, and I really don't care. There's not a lot going on. If you want me to make something for you, I can. Mostly we have... got some goat. For meats, goat, a couple of rabbits back there, I know. Bit of vegetation. A couple of vegetables, or kind of like tubers.
Yeah, we'll do some
he explains
veggies
to you how
and,
it is.
Yeah, I'll do the rabbit. Thank you.
Okay. And you watch him as he kind of goes in the back, and should you wait there at the bar, he just, probably about 20, 30, 35, 40 minutes later, he comes back out with what would look to be a prime dinner rush plate. Like, it is steaming hot. There's meats, there's some rice, there's some kind of these unfamiliar to you, but vegetables upon there, or just kind of like vegetation.
Yeah.
And he sets it down.
Even though I've already paid for the meal, I'm going to slide him 5 silver as a tip.
He kind of takes it. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And I'm going to turn around and kind of survey the scene a little bit and see if I can spot any of my allies around here.
Okay, we'll pick back up with you in a moment. It's
Okay.
time jump to get everybody together. Snow, did you stay on the rooftop? I cannot remember. You did. Okay. For you, the weather isn't an issue.
Okay.
You're moderately comfortable, especially in the clothing you're in throughout the day. You're a little more uncomfortable throughout the day, but you are enjoying this nice, relaxed, open air. And at this time, as your consciousness kind of comes down and you're winding down, you do see there is a bit of a night culture here in this desert capital. They're still not as loud as before, but you can hear kind of softened tones of merchants kind of peddling their wares. Some things... let me think here. Roll me an insight check, please.
Ooh. Oh, 15.
15. As you're listening to this conversation, You're thinking to yourself, why would somebody sell bread in the middle of the night? This is weird. Then you kind of think, wait, they're not selling bread. They're selling drugs. But you definitely, while you do not speak thieves' cants, you definitely probably understand that kind of thing. And they're definitely not selling hot, fresh pastries in this late at night. But with that high of an insight check, that's pretty good. I'd say you can at least determine that much.
All right.
But you stay up there to rest the rest of the night?
Yeah, as long as she's allowed to.
Yeah, no, it's not at like some crazy angle. It's actually mostly a little bit flat because there's not a lot of rain here. No reason to build it at super crazy angle, so it's mostly flattish. So you can find yourself a nice thatch of straw to lay on.
Yeah, she would.
Okay, you rest the night away. Cathalia and Kelvin, you two had retired to the room where Kelvin kicked out Tam.
Yeah.
Is there any further conversations the two of you wanted to handle before you passed out for the night?
I don't think so. Because Kelvin wasn't
Kelvin's
in much
not
of a
in
talking
mood to
mood.
talk right now.
So
Okay.
I just sat on the bed entranced.
Okay. When we left Isa and Pyre, Isa had recently confessed his bit of a moment of weakness or what have you, confessed his distaste for his physicality and their lack of. Acknowledging he definitely had a way with words, but not with muscles, he asked Pyre to teach him and train him how to be stronger. To which she said, well then fucking punch me. Because she wanted to see what could happen. And instead, Isa went in for an embrace. Obviously confused by this, Pyre feeling the usual coldness to Isa's form. There's this sudden pierce to your flesh, Pyre, as you feel this biting cold in all the places that Isa is, where he hugs you, where his arms wrap around you, where his chest presses against yours. You feel this piercing pain and cold as this, what appears to be almost armor-like mantle of condensed ice just coalesces itself and pierces outward in this jagged armor all the way around him. Almost like a breastplate with this kind of ornate shoulder pad. That's where we pick up with the two of you.
What the hell? Hugs and then ice? I thought you were gonna slap me.
With that, Isa just goes in for a straight uppercut.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Roll to hit with advantage.
Oof.
I think that was just regular. There you go.
21 to hit.
That one hits. I was gonna say 13.
All
No,
right.
that does not hit.
What's your damage?
1.
1. I believe it's 1.
I will-
It's always plus 1, right?
1.
Or no?
It's
just
one.
1,
It's
right?
one. It is one.
Oh,
If you have a
that
strength
is your.
of
Okay,
zero,
okay,
it's
okay.
just
Yeah.
one.
1 plus strength, and if his strength is 10 or 11, it's 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, if you think about how a commoner is with 4 hit points, I mean, you did enough damage to to kill a kitten. It's 1 hit point. So,
Not the
but
kitten.
to
Do
Pyre,
it this time.
I mean, he clocks you.
Yeah.
It surprises you, but there wasn't a lot of oomph behind it. It's like, I don't know how to describe this. It's like if you punch Jello and then just kind of pushed a little more.
Damn.
Didn't hurt. It just surprised you.
Essentially, yeah. Which
But
you
that
take
was more
1
Head
point of
comes
damage.
back, and then comes
The
down.
fact that it
I
actually
thought you were
hurt.
gonna punch me.
Pyre, kind of rubs her jaw. It's like, technique's good, but lacking in some parts. We can definitely work on that. The sneak attack is fantastic.
Then show me.
Oh god. Pyre's gonna punch Isa.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Just feeding further into my fantasy. Thank you.
Oh. You got some weird ass fantasies.
You have no idea.
Well, I'll say this. Isa, are you defending yourself?
No. Asa takes the full punch to the face.
Okay, what's your damage? Five points of bludgeoning damage from one punch. Do you attempt to feign a guard, or do you just tank it?
He just eats it.
Okay.
We're training. This is what we do.
All right, you... One of these right in the side of his jaw. I see. You take 5 points of damage.
Huh? Isa crack a small smile, look Pyre dead in the eyes, let the ice just overwhelm into almost that like ice cold fog in the air. And going for he's just going to try and squeeze the hug a little bit tighter and whisper into her ear, "I thought you said you would hurt me." With a vicious mockery.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Pyre, roll me a
Wisdom save.
wisdom saving throw, please. What's your spell DC, Isa?
15.
15? She fails.
Yep, 14.
All right. What's your damage?
7.
As he speaks these words, you're unsure of what it is, but there's just this migraine-like spike right at the core of your neck. Just, and it hurts. You don't know what it is, but something the way he spoke, or maybe you tensed a little too hard one way, but it hurt. You take 7 points of psychic damage. And your next attack has disadvantage should you choose to keep pummeling on Isa. Or you can try and break his guard. Or his grapple.
Pyre is going to do produce flame and put her hand on his back. Can she do that?
Mark Hookham, what? Jesus Christ.
1 minute, please.
Oh my god.
Just one real fast second, please. I'm leaning towards a heavy yes. Is there a saving throw attached to this? Like in the spell description? Anybody know off the top of their head?
You can do it says you can make a ranged spell attack.
So you would make a
And
spell
use it as an
attack at
attack.
disadvantage.
Okay.
Because it's technically ranged and it's vicious mockery. But
Yeah.
you can't. I'm not going to stack disadvantage.
All right. How do I disadvantage on the D&D Beyond?
I
Can't
believe it's
remember.
hold control. Or you could just roll it twice real quick.
I'll roll it twice.
And then I'm going to get that campaign pulled up. Oh, it knocked it. Oh, natural one.
Yep, a natural one.
You go to cast it, but the sheer compressed cold that is around Isa, you can't make flame.
Okay.
Like, you know the magic's there, and you attempt to will it, but not even an ounce of warmth comes out.
All right.
Okay, that's your turn. Isa, what are you doing?
Isa will step closer into her space, like he was holding her. Now he's right up against her.
Okay.
And will pull the large blade. The large, basic, straight razor. That's his short sword.
Okay.
And hold it up against her neck, slicing kind of up and against his side as he does, and invoking his Rite of Cold.
Okay.
guys have the weirdest foreplay.
Is
are you
that
gonna
your
do?
action or bonus action?
That is a bonus action. Actually, hold on, let me make sure. I believe it's a free action. I keep messing up which is the right and which is the
Okay.
other. No, it's a bonus action to do it. So yeah, that's my
Okay.
bonus action.
Okay.
And then for my action, he will lean in and I'll slice both of us with the sword as I drag it to invoke the right.
Okay. So as he gets in to strengthen the grapple on you, Pyre, he brings this, what looks to be almost like I'd imagine like a shaving razor, just sized to a short sword. Is this correct, Bishop?
Yep, and it is blue. It is a blue
Okay.
crystalline.
So you notice this kind of crystalline blue razor, and he takes it, and as he slices down his arm, you watch as this blue, dark blue blood, almost purplish, seeps into the blade, imbuing it with this feverish cold, and then he brings it across you as well. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh, I missed.
But just as he comes out, you manage to pull back a bit, and the blade just right under your chin and passes.
Pyre is gonna go to strike for like right here.
Okay. Now, Isa, are you actually grappling her to hold her, or are you just close?
No, I'm just holding her. I'm not actually trying to grapple. her
Okay,
at this point.
Good. 16 to hit, Isa?
Am I
Uh,
hearing any of this? Are you guys
16
making
is
any
AC.
amounts of noise here?
I would say at this time frame, you're still asleep.
And we're too close. It's not like we're hitting the walls or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Does
We're
16
standing
hit?
in one spot.
16 is AC.
16 is your AC,
Yep.
so 16 hits. You take, I believe it's just a flat, I forget how much damage it is for her.
5.
5.
5. So you take 5 points of damage as she kind of just rib shots you, and you watch her fist pull back for a second one. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Yep.
But as
That
the second
doesn't-
one comes in, she just can't get the full drawback on it and just kind of, thump. She hits the same spot and you wince, but it's not as painful as the first time.
All right.
Anything for your bonus action, Pyre? Or are you done?
I'll wait to see what he does.
Okay, then it's your turn. Isa, what do you do?
This time, Isa. Hold on. This is for me. All right. Isa will take the blade, stab it in the table behind her, or whatever is behind her, and use it for leverage for himself as he headbutts her in the face.
Shit. Yes.
Okay.
I
Roll
have
the
to
hit.
speak in my language.
Nope. This is the Isa night. Tam's too close. I'm within the aura of Tam. Fuck, we need to go to the other side of the room.
What's your AC, Kelly? Pyre?
My AC is 18.
Okay, no.
Yeah, no.
Even
Hers
with your
doesn't
leverage,
require armor.
you pull your head back and you meet heads together in a mighty force. Are you going ham on this, Isa? Are you going hard in?
No.
No? Okay. So
This is
you
more just to get his forehead to rest on hers.
Okay, so you two
So she feels more of that pain.
collide. And you can feel the cold trying to pierce through you. I forget, was there a saving throw if anyone's within a certain range of you, or no?
You said that we would determine that as it went,
Okay.
because you weren't sure if you wanted that feature or not.
Yeah, and I'm still unsure about it. I think it might be too much, so we're going to leave it out for now.
Yeah, that's why I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so anything your bonus action?
Isa will look you in the eyes and Show me what it is that you can do. You said you would show me strength. Show me.
Pyre, your turn.
Pyre's gonna rage.
Okay. I say you watch as this, and you've seen it before, but never this close. The usually faintly glowing, what you believe to be tribal tattoos on her body, you now see are actually birthmarks. They're not inked into her skin. They are etched upon her flesh from birth, and they intensify as the calm mohawk she usually wears becomes this larger, thicker, almost billowing mohawk mane of flame and hair combined together. And this look in her eyes is just ferocity and intense. Almost as if her pupils themselves were replaced by a storming, just tornado of fire. Pyre, what do you do?
I'm gonna headbutt him.
Okay, roll to hit. Are you,
And I
going
don't know how to do
attacking
it
recklessly?
advantage on here. Yes.
Okay,
I don't know
hold
how to do
shift.
advantage.
Hold shift. I believe.
Can
If
I-
not, just roll
can
twice.
Can I reaction?
What do you want to do?
I would like to brace for impact and squeeze my blade tighter.
Sorry, no.
It's not showing
Brace
it.
for impact.
It's
Okay,
not
just
showing
hit it twice. Yeah, 23 hits. So that's 5, 6, 7 points of damage now, as she headbutts you right back. Second attack.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
With a knee.
A
to the
knee.
stomach.
Okay. Roll to hit. 16. That meets his armor class. So yeah, right to the hip.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Just
as
like
you
I
are,
just
as she
react and go up.
cracks
Lower
you
stomach.
right in, she cracks you right into the middle of your forehead. You daze for a bit, and you come around just in time to feel the impact of her knee against your hip, and that's another 7 points of damage.
And as he's looking at his pyre, she's got that like sinister smile.
Okay.
Like she just, this is great. She's having fun.
All right.
I could do this
Isa.
all day.
Isa, what do you do?
Isa will look her dead in the eyes, wipe the blood off of his face, wipe it on hers, and walk out.
Okay.
As he gets to the door, he will turn around and cast Healing Word on her.
Okay, well,
You truly will show me. I am glad to study under you, Vecker.
as he walks away, Pyre, do you punch at him? Do you swing at him?
No.
Okay.
I actually look. Is there a mirror in the room?
Oh, wrong one.
I would say there would be a mirror, yeah.
Okay. I look at the blood. I'm like, hey, this actually makes me look pretty cool.
Oh my god.
Make me a perception check, please. Pyre.
Okay.
See kids.
18. Okay. You notice as you look at this blood, it is, get a little closer, you're kind of inspecting it because it just looks cool to you. It is this deep, deep purple blue color, and it is, you can feel the cold upon you. Even now that it's been on your face for a good, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds, and your body's temperature, there is still this just compressed cold in the area where it's been smeared over your face. Like your body is, for whatever reason, you're not pushing through. But about this time, Pyre, you retired to your room?
Yeah,
You're in her room.
yeah. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
we
mean,
were
you-
in the room, but yeah, I cleaned myself up and I lay down. And I'm like,
Okay.
interesting.
Isa, where do you head?
And I go to bed.
Isa's gonna look to see if the big room's door is open or not.
How long do you wait?
Oh no, like he's gonna try the handle to see if Tam's still in there and has it locked or if it's open.
Tam, you did lock it when you went in there, right?
Yeah, no, I was pissed at everybody. I locked
Yeah,
that
it
damn
is
door.
still locked. At this point in the night, I'm not going to tell you how long it is until he wakes up.
Yeah.
So I don't
I
want
mean-
that to influence your decisions.
No,
Pyre
Isa-
didn't lock the door. There's another bed in that room.
Thalia did not lock her door, and she did offer her bed to you.
Yeah. You got places to sleep.
Isa's gonna go downstairs and talk to the tavern, the owner or whatever bartender is working, and see if he can work the kitchen a little bit.
I would
And
say at
just
this
pull up a
point,
stool.
it would be, you would see the female dwarf you had dealt with earlier, but also you see sitting next to her, the two of them conversing, this kind of like human male with this brown shaggy hair, kind of plain clothes. And you see he's kind of nodding his head. They're having a conversation. But once you approach, she kind of looks at you. Yes, dear.
Hope you don't mind me asking, but you let me play earlier. Would you mind letting me work in the kitchen a little bit? I miss home a little, and cooking helps me go to sleep. So if you don't mind, I would enjoy working and maybe just pull up a stool in the back after I'm done.
She kind of looks to the other guy, and the other guy's like, she's like, well, you're an odd one, but if you're homesick, who might deny simple comforts? Plus, you played a great show, had a good fight, and really took care of that asshole. Thank you.
It was my pleasure. I'm sad that it went that way. I was hoping to encourage more of your patrons for more fun games, but
Give it a few nights. Let this kind of rest down. If you enjoy the fighting pit scene, there is a kind of more rough and tumble tavern just down the road. Has a fighting pit in it.
I'll keep that in mind. I appreciate it.
Hate to send you to a competitor of sorts, but again, I'm not really usually for the fighting pit type. But you played great.
Well, I appreciate it, and I won't bring any more of that into your bar if I can help it. I apologize.
It's all right. And she kind of looks to the other one. They finish up their conversation. She leaves for the night, and he just kind of, the human male just kind of takes over. I see him kind of looking over the tables, helping out anybody that needs any drinks.
Yeah, I'll just go into the back and kind of work in the back until I pass out.
Okay. Come back up to Tamriel. As you're looking over the bar, you don't see any of your compatriots.
I'm gonna turn around because I'm probably eating at the bar rather than at one of the tables.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen any of my friends around here? One of them's a real tall green fella. One is an elf. One is very dark-skinned and kind of a fiery personality. Another one's a bit on the furry side, but very level-headed and sweet. And then there's this other asshole. But he plays instruments and is very charismatic and talkative.
Well, I came in late. I work overnight. I haven't seen anybody that matches your description.
Understandable. Fair enough. I guess I'll leave you to it. And I finish my meal, and I will probably go sit in a corner. You know, probably closer to the fire to enjoy the warmth without it being too hot, and just kind of keep an eye on the room. See if I see anybody coming down the stairs, coming back in, or leaving, or anything like that.
Okay.
Maybe reading through my journal some.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Yeah. 16.
16. You're looking around. It's another hour. 2, 3 goes by. You see as what look to be probably later individuals who works probably some kind of overnight. You see there's this kind of an odd, almost like a lunch rush. I wouldn't say a rush. There's definitely a higher volume of patrons that come in for probably about a 30, 45-minute stint before they all kind of take their whatever remains of their meals, kind of see them walking out with their hands. They're probably like stuffing some things in their pockets. And they head back out. As you're looking over them, they certainly look a little dirtier and dustier than your average folk around here. They're definitely not dressed as merchants. Actually, with the 16, I say you notice some of them have kind of like smaller, what you appear to be almost mining tools.
That makes sense. You'd have a third shift mining to get as much as you possibly can. You get more out of 3/8 than 2 10s.
I'll say the rest of the night, though, is uneventful. As the morning comes about, Cathalia probably comes down first when she comes out of her trance.
Yeah.
When you wake up, do you stay in a room or do you go downstairs?
I'll go downstairs.
Because for you at this point, it'd be about... Let's see here. It'd be about 4-ish in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty dead. I'll say your passive perception is high enough. You come down, you see Tam in the corner, just working away into his journal.
I will ask the bar person for a cup of coffee and pay for it.
As you look over there, you see this kind of like human male, this kind of shaggy brown hair, simple clothes, and he's in his stool, and he's got a towel in his hand, and it's moving, and his arm is moving to clean, but he is definitely snoozing, like.
I'll come back and I'll just go sit by Tam.
Okay.
I don't want to bother him.
This man has mastered how to work while sleeping.
Magic towel.
As
me,
long as the
senpai.
towel is moving, he's still working.
Yes.
I will sit down directly across from Tam and just kind of... What you doing?
Last time I woke up, I guess my noggin got rung a little bit harder than I thought because some of this stuff's still not making sense, but just kind of studying. If you're not growing, you're declining. And I'll kind of set the book to the side and kind of look at her. Is everything all right?
Wondering what the hell was up with that comment last night
What comment?
when you tried
brother
to
being a
get
dick and
Kelvin
taking
out of
my
the room.
It was my room. Of course I'm going to throw your brother out of my room.
Kelvin needed me last night. And I'm pretty sure you once said I was too young for you.
Well, maybe I was just lying to myself. You know, you remind me of my first wife.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Depends on who you ask. But a lot of the good things and not really any of the bad. At least so far. I don't know. I've not seen what happens when you wake up in the morning when you're cranky.
No, you're usually awake before I am.
Yeah,
Well-
usually. Well,
Yeah.
no, we trade off.
I'm not usually cranky.
At least not too cranky. Except when I wake you up while you're supposed to be watching and you fall asleep and the horses run away.
Yeah. Still sorry about that.
It happens. There's nothing too bad. Really, Kelly?
Yet.
Well, consider it this way, it's practice until shit gets bad. But there's also enough of us, none of us really have to watch by ourselves.
Yeah. Jan just doesn't really come when there's other people up with me, and I have a lot of questions for her.
Oh, I've got some questions for your friend too.
So I get a little bit cocky and think I can handle it on my own.
Confidence is a good thing. Hubris is not. Hubris will slay a man or a woman as quickly as a blade.
Yeah. Kelvin told me a little bit about what he dreamt,
Yeah?
and he said that whoever killed his tribe is still out there.
Really?
Yeah. He doesn't know who, but they're still there. Somewhere.
And who told him that?
The person in his dream. I've learned to trust dreams.
Dreams are some of the most terrifying things in the world.
Some of them.
Dreams are false promises. Dreams make you think things can be different. Dreams let you pretend you're normal. If only for a moment.
My dreams they warned me of my parents. They showed me what happened to Aaron's family. And it showed me what was happening to Jude.
Did your dream show you what happened to Jude, or did Yawn? You said she
Maybe.
appeared as well.
Maybe Jan causes my dreams, and it's all her the whole time.
I guess
I'm
we have
still
another
not
question,
fully
don't
awake.
we?
Yeah, there's a lot. You might want to write them down in your journal so we don't forget.
Yeah.
What's in there?
I'm gonna smirk. I'm gonna spin the journal towards her. You want to take a look?
Is it a trap?
Shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be?
Shouldn't be.
Is it going to hurt?
Hurt? Only if you stand up real fast.
I'm gonna look at his journal.
I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Kelvin did this already. Do you not remember that?
She doesn't. No, she doesn't.
No, I wasn't there.
No, you were.
$17.
17. As you begin to peer upon the pages, you can tell someone's written on them. There's ink on there. There's text. There's letters. There's characters. But as you begin to attempt to perceive what should be language, instead, you know that like that ringing in your ears? You feel that in your eyes. And you cannot make any sense of what is written on the pages before you. You manage to resist whatever arcane effect was attempting to be pushed upon you by reading this text. But
I'll
you
snap
aren't
my
able.
fingers in front of her face to kind of bring her out of it quicker. You fared a lot better than your brother did. His eyes were crossed for 5 minutes.
That doesn't surprise me though.
An Inquisitor's ability to make sure what knowledge he has stays to him or to those he wishes to read it.
Are you hiding things from me?
I am going to lean forward, kiss her on the forehead, and say, "What would I have to hide from you?" as I get up and walk out the door.
Okay.
Sit there for a minute, and then I'm gonna go back to my room
Okay.
and wait for everybody to wake up.
All right. Tam, is there any particular purpose to your journey, or are you just wandering?
I'm just kind of stepping outside for a second, clear my head, clear.
He's going to get some of those warm fresh bakeries that they're selling.
Not quite.
He just went out to get a pack of smokes. He'll be right back.
Yeah.
Dad?
It's not in this game, okay?
Daddy?
Not anymore, sport.
Well, I will say, as the rest of you begin to come to consciousness, a new day greets you, rested and whatever mood you feel your characters would be in. Snow, you are surprisingly comfortable. Probably the first to awake as the sun rises and begins to blaze across the desert scape and beat down upon this almost heretic-like city that has dared to rise out of the sands, taming the sands themselves into brick. But the rest of you come to consciousness. The day is yours. You may do as you see fit.
As soon as I think Pyre is awake, I'm gonna grab the thing out of my bag and go to her door.
Okay.
How quickly does it get hot outside? Like an hour maybe before it
Within an
starts
hour.
feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. She would probably
Like from false dawn to about an hour, hour and a half after dawn, you are loving it.
Yeah. But eventually the heat will probably push her off the roof and then back into the tavern.
Yeah.
And she'll just kind of sit at one of the tables.
Okay. As you come in, you do see Tam sitting off. I say by now you've probably come back inside and taken to it.
Yeah,
that
no, I
same...
only,
Okay.
I only stepped outside for probably 15, 20-ish minutes just to kind of
Okay.
catch my breath and.
Wait
So
for
as you come in, you do see a
Colin to
couple of
leave.
patrons kind of there. You see some of them look to be either filling water skins or taking what kind of dried meats they can buy here and wrapping them up in what look to be some kind of satchels before they head out for what you can assume to be a day's work. You do notice with your passive, and Tam, you would notice too, this well-dressed, definitely merchant's attire. They have, I wouldn't say like expensive jewelry, but gaudy jewelry, like forced value. But they've
Costume
taken
jewelry. It's meant to look more flashy than it is valuable.
better to look more flashy than it is to actually be worth something. But they've kind of taken off to their own little corner. It seems to be they went straight to a table, and without a word, you notice they were served drink and food. So you can probably gather their usuals here, regulars. Snow, you come in, you see the same thing. A couple of patrons packing their things up. You see Tam at his own little table. You can choose to sit by yourself, join him. Just want to make sure you know what's going on in your line of sight.
I would probably go join Tam.
Okay.
Something that we didn't touch on the last time was that after Kelvin resuscitated our victim, I snagged his coin purse. Do I know how much money is in that coin purse?
Elvins or the victims?
The victims.
The
Can we stop
Okay.
calling him the victim?
No.
Really?
I feel like
Yeah, what else would you call him?
I feel like you're trying to sway the vote here.
I call
I think
him
like
boring.
you're I think like you're leading
because that's
I
his
think
name.
you're
He
Okay.
was beaten and robbed.
He asked for it.
you don't know about the robbed part.
We weren't gonna fight. He asked to fight. He said he wanted to fight. He's boring.
Okay.
Leave him alone.
What you
He is
find
born.
upon further inspection, you find 5 gold, 9 silver, 12 copper.
Not bad. Bad.
Yeah, because on top of it, it can't really be robbery either because he said he wanted to fight for money. He just never did. He didn't say what amount
It didn't
of money.
specify an amount,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. I'm not a criminal, I promise.
Snow is going
Okay.
to add it to her own count.
Okay.
Because she's still a broke bitch. And probably would try and see if she can find something to eat from the barkeep because it's been a while since she's actually eaten.
Okay.
So, like, maybe
quickly
some
enough.
meats and some water.
Sure. Then probably about 10, 15 minutes, you are presented with a plate of kind of more of a, definitely a breakfast feel with the spices and things like that, especially being in the capital of spice and that kind of exotic culture. It is extremely fragrant. Not overpowering, but it smells delicious.
Offer some to Tam. You want any?
Sure. But, I thought you were rooming with Pyre. What were you doing outside? I've been up since midnight, so I know you didn't exactly sneak out.
No, I've been outside pretty much all night.
What happened?
Well, what I would tell you is that we had some fun and games that turned into somebody wanting to have a fight and not paying for their fight.
Okay.
So we forcefully took our payment from them.
Okay.
And there was a misunderstanding that occurred when the siblings came down after he was knocked out, but before I could pick him up.
Okay. You're not the type that would leave something like that, so that's fair. You're very level-headed, although you could do like a challenge.
Since it felt, I guess, claustrophobic inside, I just spent the night on the roof. It was quite comfortable, actually.
That's fair. Okay. I won't argue. So who would say different? Because the way you said that makes me think that someone else might disagree with you.
Alvin probably disagrees. He thinks that we beat up on somebody for no reason and robbed them of their money. But he was also not there for the beginning of the fight, nor was he patient enough to see the end of it. So, we'll see what he says whenever he comes around.
Fair. I'm gonna reach out and kind of rub her on the arm a little bit. I have a feeling I might be ending up siding with you on this one. I think Kelvin's a little sensitive with violence right now after his dream and everything else. So
See,
his perceptions might be slightly skewed.
understandably. And I am actually kind of glad that he is, because that's one of the things that keeps me in check. Even though I probably would never tell him, because you know where he would go with that.
Stays
But
between us.
It's been in the back of my mind. Kind of, should I have even jumped in the first place?
What was said? You said he started all of this. What was said?
Basically telling Pyre that she was incapable of choosing for herself and that she needed a male to tell her what she could and couldn't do.
But we don't have a body on our hands, right? This guy's like still like breathing. Yes.
He's around here somewhere. Kelvin picked him up.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's already better than it could have been.
About this time, Tam, since you didn't quite roll high enough on your perception check, you think back and you're like, I thought it was strange there was a mop trail that was only in the center of the tavern.
Well, at least they cleaned up quickly.
I mean, It's a bar. I imagine they're used to having fights every now and then.
Yeah, but a place like this probably doesn't deal with too many of them, nor do they keep people around that would encourage this kind of thing.
Point.
Where was Isa in all of this?
He was the facilitator, I guess?
Dear gods. Okay.
It wasn't actually his fault, but he did throw out the idea of the fight, and then this...
Did he run
person?
it by the tavern owner first? Did he try and clear any of this before he decided to start a fight in the middle of her bar?
I don't actually know. I was too busy trying to make sure I didn't get my ass kicked.
I don't blame you. Alright.
About this time, Kelvin, you come to consciousness, and Pyres, you come to consciousness barely, not even 30 seconds into contemplating what it means to be consciousness. You hear
Really soft no.
and it just doesn't stop.
Hello?
Can I come in?
Oh. Yeah, come on. And I, like, get up and, like, roll my shoulders and everything.
I'll open the door, but I'll have, like, something, like, behind my back. And I'll
Okay.
come in and close the door.
Hey, what's up? You missed a hell of a fight last night.
I heard.
You
Saw.
heard. You
Well, I
heard Saul?
I heard stuff from our room. Wait,
What?
what are you talking about?
Well, whatever you heard, it's not what you're thinking, okay? It was a fight.
I pretty... I don't think we're talking about the same fight.
Yeah, I mean, there was two.
Because... Okay.
Are you talking about the first fight? The
That's
boring
the
guy?
one that I saw and heard.
Oh, a child could have beat him. That was ugh. Okay.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
What are you
what's
talking about?
Up? What's up? What are we doing this morning? Why are you in my room?
Well, we're gonna get back to this other fight that you're hinting at in a moment. I bought this for you, and I hope you like it. And I pulled this leather carrier for hand axes.
What you
Fire.
see that she hands you, it looks to be something you can affix to a belt that you can just take the axe and actually kind of slide it into like that, almost like a holster for an axe, rather than having something that like clips shut. So we have to take time, open the actual flap, pull the axe out. You could almost like a hammer holster, like remember that
Yeah.
from Tool Time
Yeah.
where the guy would kick the handle and
Yeah.
catch it. You might be able to perfect that skill, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I am a illiterate barbarian, you know. Does it come?
This is what Snow and I did yesterday. Because I know it's kind of hard to hold a bunch of hand axes, and it's not really efficient in battle if you have to, grope them all.
Mine out of the gutter, girls. Come on.
You got this for me?
Yeah.
You and Snow did?
Yeah.
How many did you get?
You like it?
Yeah.
Enough to hold all of her hand axes.
Because I have 4 hand axes.
You
Yeah.
have 4
Yeah.
holsters. And I would say
I need a belt
I didn't
now.
know it was 4 to begin with, so I will say now that I know it's 4, it actually is affixed to a belt.
Okay,
that you
because I was going to say, now I need a belt.
It has
Clothes
one already.
shopping.
The belt is there.
Clothes shopping.
Yes.
It's beautiful brown leather.
Pyre stands up and, like, attaches it to herself and, like, looks at it. It actually makes my clothes look kind of bad. Clothes look terrible. But thank you. Thank you.
Efficiency.
so much. And
Efficiency.
she does like, she holds her hands kind of like, I don't know how to hug people, so I'm just gonna squeeze your hands and just shake your arms a little bit. It's like, I love it so much. Look, I can put this axe right there, I can put this axe right there, and this one right there, and that one right there. I can't fit my great axe in there, but oh well.
Yeah, but you've got that one handled.
And now watch this. And then she like shows off and she's like trying to learn how to do it.
I think that's gonna take some practice.
For the first time, give me a dexterity check.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, you better fucking move or it's coming her way.
God.
Man,
No
I'm
good
not a
deed.
rogue. I can't use that one thing.
No good deed.
22 dexterity
Oh,
check,
shit.
ladies and gentlemen. That's a check.
Oh,
Oh my.
God.
Almost
I
like
need
it's
to do?
second nature to you. You barely just thumb and index finger, grab the base behind the back of the blade and whip it out, and just when the hatchet is about to embed into Cathalia's forehead, you catch it. And Cathalia, you're just looking at this extremely sharp hatchet edge resting ever so carefully on the bridge of your nose.
Pyre moves it, past its hands in the desert, and puts it back in.
I'll allow it.
Oh no.
With a 22 on a dexterity check, yeah.
We are not going to speak of that part.
That
But
was
now I want
badass.
to. Oh, it was. I just saw my life flash before my eyes.
At least you know
It's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a great day.
But now I want to know about this other fight that I was not aware of.
Pyre runs out of the room.
Okay.
Yeah, she just walks out. It's like, all right, I got all my shit. Let's go.
Pyre walks away. Kelvin, as you become the
I'm
kind of
so tired of
consciousness.
people walking away from me today. That is
As
twice.
Pyre would have walked out of
Bullshit.
her room, it's probably about the same time that Kelvin would have been walking by the door, going towards the stairs.
So you just bump into Kelvin. Just bump.
Ah!
Oh, Kelvin, I'm sorry.
I'll be at the doorway right now.
I didn't know you were there. I'm sorry. I'm like,
Eh.
are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go down there. And
What?
I go down there.
And I'm saying, what's that? As she's already walking away, pointing at your belt.
I turn around,
She's
like,
gone.
I was like, your sister got that for me. As I'm walking down the stairs.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
About this time,
Still
Isa,
walking.
you are walking out of your room.
So I come out from behind the kitchen.
That's right. As the rest of you come downstairs and begin to gather up at the table Tam and Snow occupying, you're all looking around just like, wait a minute. Someone's fucking missing.
Nobody's missing.
About the time you have this conversation, I imagine Isa comes out with this large, almost like platter of food. That is hot, fresh, smells amazing.
Is it poisoned?
I could handle it.
We'll bring the food
I'll say that
over
with like half a smirk on my face as he brings the food over.
and just sets the tray down. Good morning,
We
all
checked
of
for
you.
traps.
Good morning.
The sausage has the trap.
Yeah, he buttered up the bacon and baconed up the sausage.
You
Roll
better
a con
butter up,
save or have a heart attack.
better butter up that sausage and bacon up that butter, boy.
I hate you guys.
I love you guys.
Isa will set the tray down gently. Morning. I made you breakfast. I hope you're hungry.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're plenty hungry after all that orchestrating you did last night.
What? Pyre just looks over at you like, what?
And I've still got the half a smirk on my face. Oh yeah, I heard all about last night.
How?
What was
I don't have to reveal my sources, dear. Don't worry, I'm not disappointed in anybody, and I'm not certainly mad. You're fine. Eat your breakfast. You need protein,
Pause.
especially after a workout last night.
Pause. Pyre, I need you to roll an insight check.
Pyre's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what does he know?
It's too early in the morning for this shit.
I'm on 3.
Oh no.
He is talking about exactly what you think he's talking about. Go back.
I'm looking at Pyre. I'm looking at Tam. I'm looking over at everybody else. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
No one wasn't even there for that part of it.
If you'll excuse me though, and Iso will look directly at Pyre. I left my blade in your room.
Firehead shoots straight to him. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you next time.
My eyes just kind of glance over.
And then I
You
look
eat it
over at
after
Tam.
breakfast.
I look
Sit
over
down.
at Tam. Who told you, Tam? Who told you?
You just did, kiddo.
I didn't tell you shit.
Isa, as you attempt to get up, you hear Tamriel's voice stating, "You can get after breakfast. Sit back down."
If it's all right, I'd rather stand.
Rather you sit.
It was just a fight.
Believe me, it's a lot less comfortable when you're sitting down.
Iso
In that
sit.
case, I insist.
So,
Iso,
as
go ahead
all
and
of
take
you
a seat.
find yourself sitting at this rather large table kind of off to the corner. Normally you would see like a booth here or something like that, but it looks like they've opted to have a bit more of a larger round table here to be a little closer to the fireplace. It's now been, you've seen that human bartender come over and he kind of tended to it to bring it down a bit and then eventually killing the fire. But as all of you sit here and this moment becomes to encroach upon increasing levels of tension, we're going to go to break.
Perfect.
I am so happy this is happening.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
I wanted to mention that the sword was still dug into whatever kind of desk.
The
dresser
table
was there.
desk? Yeah, you just clunk.
I didn't see a thing.
You didn't
Oh
look.
my God.
No, because I just wanted to give you the thing and then I was confused. And then you left.
This is the best ever.
And I'm tired of people
We're going to
looking
take a
at
quick
me
10-minute
today.
break, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get some snacks, some water, but we'll be back shortly. Thank y'all for hanging out, and look forward to seeing you when we get back.
See you in a
Pyre
couple
and
minutes.
Ice are going to take a quick cold shower.
Welcome back,
So
everybody.
anyway, giant crab.
And what? I don't. God bless.
Why are you
Welcome
talking
back,
about your
everybody.
giant crab?
Thanks for hanging out
on
during our break.
stream?
I'm just going to keep talking over them.
I mean, it's better than the other stuff we talked about.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
Thanks for
Stewie.
sticking around during our break. I
Sorry,
hope you
Stewie.
yourself got some snacks, got some water. I know I got myself some water. I saw my table coming back with their snacks, so I know they're going to be mostly fed and hopefully happy and not angry at me. We'll see.
You haven't given
Oh,
us a
man.
reason yet.
Oh, goodies. I'll just be quiet now.
13 gummy bears is what's serving.
So when we last left for the first half, we have witnessed fighting. We have seen
It was fighting.
heated arguments. And as we come back into the scene in this tavern, early mornings, probably an hour or two past the sunrise, the heat of the desert is definitely making itself apparent as all of you are over in this kind of larger round table, Isa has set down this rather large, just platter of food. Mostly the way they're spiced and smells, definitely breakfasty, hearty meal. And as a conversation was beginning to unfold, wild cards, the table is yours.
I want to awkwardly eat while looking
Okay.
from Tam to Pyre to Isa.
Okay.
Pyre's eating. She's hungry. But she's also
Okay.
kind of like looking back and forth. Like, this is
Okay.
weird.
We have two quiet, awkward eaters.
Oh, there's a third quiet, awkward eater.
Calvin?
Wait, you're eating quietly?
Oh, yes.
That's when you know it's real.
Yeah.
Casually just kind of looking over at Snow, just be like looking back.
So who wants to tell me about last night first?
It was rather fun. Missed out on a
What
good show. All of it.
I've already talked to some of you. I'd like to hear from the rest. Kelvin,
Would
how
like
do
to
you
hear.
feel about last night?
Conflicted.
Would you like to elaborate?
Not really.
I said, do we have a game plan for today? Is there anywhere we need to go? Anyone we need to see or talk to?
Would it be of a proper sort to check in or to pay respects?
To who? You said we need to get into the tower, right? That's where your lines are dissecting?
Yes. That is where I know that the lines are intersecting as far as what little information I have gathered. At that time, Isa's face will kind of get more serious. But DM, if you have that information as well.
Yeah, I will say your contact would have been someone from House Zillmayer.
Okay.
You've done work for them before. If you need me to send you that work in a private message, let me know.
Okay. So, we should hit there soon. I have a way, potentially, of getting us access. I don't know how difficult it would be. We'd need to ask around, but I do need to make a call of some sort. How was your night?
Oh, I was able to trance.
Well, that's
Good.
good to hear.
And then once all the theatrics were over and I came downstairs, I had quite a bit of peace to myself. Had some good, meaningful conversations with a lot of insight this morning. So, if those of
Whenever
you
he
that
says
haven't
that,
talked to me
Pyre's
want
head
to talk,
goes like lower. Just like,
I'm more than willing to listen. I'm here for you.
this food is
Creepiest
really good,
words he's
guys.
ever said.
It is really good. Good job,
This is
Isa.
good. Yeah, thank you, Isa.
Yes, I'm pleasantly surprised.
I just wanted to
It's surprisingly pleasant.
Isa will look directly at Calvin. It's always best to break bread when bonds are broken.
I need everyone except Isa to give me a Constitution saving throw. I'm kidding.
Motherfucker, it was you.
I'm joking.
Okay, because
Too late.
Andy used the help die on it.
Don't use that help dice. I was just messing with you.
I fixed it. Don't do that to me. I failed.
But I would like to know what you keep hinting at a strange commotion. There was party downstairs, which I played at, which I'm sad that you didn't get to see. You were brought up during one of my songs. I made a little tune about you.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that's not quite what I'm talking about. But it's okay.
There were bar games had.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah,
Damn.
that's what they were.
Interesting ideas for games.
Pyre and Snow led a hefty fight against a pretty bad talker who decided that he didn't want to respect the games. Hell of a group you have with you.
He did want to play the egg game.
Like I said, if anybody wants to talk about it, I'm here. But I do think we should be moving on to your contacts. You know, the ones outside the party.
Well.
And I will finish my coffee, stand up, and stretch, and start heading for the door.
Okay.
Without your stuff.
No, I've got my stuff. I've had my stuff the whole time. The only thing I left upstairs was like my adventuring gear, my backpack with all the extra crap. I don't go anywhere without my whip, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be dangerous everywhere I go. Anyway.
If you don't mind, can you show me up to your room?
Oh yeah, you don't have a key. Come on. And I will turn back around. Oh.
I was talking to Pyre.
Right.
Like, Pyre is speaking primordial. Like, I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
Who else
as
speaks
she
primordial?
walks-
Are you
You
speaking
can't-
primordial or ignorant?
Primordial.
You can't.
Okay.
Ellie,
Kill me
Pyre is
unless
teaching me curse words in primordial.
You
How
can't
many of
kill
them
me
did you just
unless you
recognize?
actually
Probably
hit me
none.
harder.
And Pyre
still
doesn't
answer her.
realize that Isa doesn't knows that she didn't realize he knows primordial. You're just full of surprises. All kinds of surprises.
I think you both are.
Dahlia? Come on, Isa.
You're welcome, Pyre, by the
Let's
way.
go. She takes him upstairs. Try not to hit him. Got to have a repeat of last night.
She does that, I will hold my hand low towards Cathalia for like a low 5.
The two of you head upstairs.
Love it. Kids are awkward
Yeah.
around each other.
Alright, so you retrieve your blade.
Yep.
It's right where you left it.
Alright. He'll sheath it.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, you two head back downstairs. Party
I'll go.
reconvenes.
I'll go to mine and Kelvin's room and make sure that I have my bow and my arrows. My
She's
lightning
trying-
bow.
She's trying to
My
peek
lightning
in,
bow.
see what's going
Okay.
on. Don't let her lie to you.
That's still not in my inventory.
It should be. It's not.
Is it not? Or is it? I don't.
I thought I
still
put it
see
there.
my.
She went up there
No,
to peep. Don't
I don't
let her
see
lie
it.
to you.
Alright then.
Look, I am the nosy little sister, but I'm not that nosy. Oh, well, it's in my roll 20, but yeah, okay. That's just gonna be. Oh no, it is. Never mind. Ignore me. You're awesome.
I just try. All right.
I'm gonna get my lightning bow for my arrows.
Everyone gathers their daily carry, meets back downstairs. Where are you headed?
Well, I guess we, well, it would be best if I think Snow and Pyre stood closest to me. And keep Tam as far away as possible.
Why?
I'm also interested in why you want two of the women to stand closest to you while I stand as far away as possible.
Well, Snow is of an exotic look, and Pyre is as well. It's a lot harder to judge somebody who looks more exotic.
Speaking
You-
of exotic, that friend that was being gaudy in the corner, has he been paying any attention to us?
No. Those
Okay.
two are going about their conversations, and they have finished up their meals and gone out into their day.
Really?
Oh.
They didn't feel that tension at the table?
You can cut that with us.
They can't be bothered.
That's what that jewelry's for. Tension deflector.
Snow will just kind of do this look between Tam, and then look back to Isa, and look back to Tam, look back to Isa, and shrug. Sure, okay.
Pyre wishes she had pockets so she could put her hand in her pockets with her head down low and just walk.
I mean, you got hand axe holsters.
She'll kind of turn
but
to
my
Isa.
hand axes
You-
are
you
in
could-
there.
Yeah, but you could do the
Just
thumb
experience it.
thing.
All right, that's what I'm doing. She's doing the thing while she's like walking.
Okay.
outside.
Okay.
It's like, let's just do this thing. Come on.
Snow will turn to Isa. Are we going full on exotic here? Are we like pulling out all the stops?
If you would like, I mean, it'll help blend Tam in more.
Does Tam need blending?
Look at him.
He's an elf.
Old, but not dead, boy.
Eh,
I can braid your hair.
we'll see how old.
Braid counter.
Yep.
Snow will walk back up the stairs to the room that she was supposed to share with Pyre and swap into her the nicer set of clothes that they had gotten back in Ritual and come back down.
Ooh.
Okay.
And kind of turn to Isa. Exotic enough for you?
While Snow does that, I'm gonna do my hair so I'm not dying with the heat with it being down. With the B word that I don't want to say, but I'm gonna count it anyways.
With your wonderful braids.
Yeah.
I think you look absolutely picture ravishing as he winks at her.
It's very confused for a moment and then just nods, accepting the words but not quite understanding.
The implications.
Yeah.
All right. I will start kind of heading in. Would I know where their more central territories are in the city?
I would say that you would be aware because of your time prior to here, and you would take the time to explain to the rest of the party so they can understand how the city functions. Is that for the most part of this city, everything is in rings, beginning in the very middle, and it's once he explains this, you kind of realize that for the most part, this city is circular. That is within the walls. There are parts of the city that are outside the wall that are considered, the city, but they're not quite the city proper. Of the city itself, there is the main tower in the very middle, which is the largest, most obviously magnificent piece of architecture here in the capital. And then outward from that, Isa explains to you that it is in these kind of like layered outward rings. All the buildings being shaped purposely to extravagant and I'm not good with words on this one. To heighten the display.
A tower's so beautiful they put rings on it.
Yes, essentially. And he explains to you that's kind of how the economy works here. Is the innermost ring is the most wealthy and potent with the power, and as the rings go outward, the districts become less wealthy, middle class, poor. So as the closer you get to the tower, the better off those kinds of people, buildings, and financial structure is.
Based on that, which ring are we in?
You would be in... Let me double check myself real quick here.
Yeah, you don't want to double wreck yourself.
I don't know. I'm 90% sure I know where you... I know where you came in from, but I want to make sure how far you push into the city here. Especially for the prices you paid. You would be... closest to what is known as the eastern region. While you were still northeast, the actual area itself is known as the eastern region. Isa would have enough knowledge, base knowledge, to explain to you that the eastern region doesn't really follow the ring rule. It's kind of this blend of areas in that eastern to northeastern section. Most of this here is buildings, but it's interesting as you begin to walk through here and really take the time to look around. You can see carts and workers and other various things like that. There's still buildings of business, buildings of homes, but there seems to be more buildings that have these tools out front of them, or carts, or laborers, and you begin to kind of piece together that they are still mining beneath the city, digging out whatever riches can be found deep within the earth below the sands themselves. And that is why this eastern region encompasses not the usual structure of the rings, because they go where they can find the best access to these minerals and this quarry of rock beneath the capital.
And then, if I remember, you said we were going to the northwest, to the Green Dunes.
Yes.
So, start heading us in that general direction, explaining and going over the reason why it's called the Green Dune. How hot is it going throughout this?
At this point, it is getting up in temperature.
Okay.
It's definitely, for most of you here, it has begun to push into not uncomfortable levels of heat, but you're definitely beginning to sweat just walking calmly. Pyre, you're warmer than usual, but it's not uncomfortable for you. For Snow, you're definitely taking caution to how you cover yourself. I would say Kelvin and Cathalia, you two are probably the ones that would be most uncomfortable, only trumped by Isa, who is just walking. You can begin to see he is beginning to build a sweat. He's not pouring sweat, but he's just walking. He is visibly sweating.
There is a low level of steam coming from Kelvin as he continuously casts, well, every little bit casts a prestidigitation and cools his clothes down.
Okay.
I'm so jealous of
He's
you right
getting
now.
a steam press right now.
Yeah, basically, it's like the
Something
cold
so crisp.
heat.
So,
Yeah.
prestidigitation has a lot more utility than Druidcraft does, but could I do the same to Isa with Druidcraft, since I can create a harmless sensory effect, including a puff of wind in a 5-foot area?
If you so choose, you can keep a little miniature, like, football stadium fan on him.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to keep
I'll allow
casting.
it. I'll allow it.
Oh, thank you. That's sweet. That's the nicest thing anybody's done for him this morning.
It was respectful and quite nice. Your awkwardness is what snitched you out, sir.
What awkwardness.
Exactly.
So as you all begin to head in that direction, you are taken out of the city proper walls and into an area Isa explains as the Green Dunes. And I'm going to read off the text description I have for you because this is what everyone would see. While I'm doing this, go ahead and have your perception checks in the chat for me so I can elaborate for anyone that gets a certain DC. But what everyone gets is that covering from the northwest corners to the northeastern corners of the city's wide span rests the Green Dunes, aptly named such as it is a certain and odd sight to behold. Hardy desert crops growing over vast acres of what should be sandy dunes. Wide, vibrant flowers growing off dozens of different cacti, like vegetation, allows for an amazing sight. Being the furthest northern city of Zyvan, and I would say, let's look at my perception checks.
Kelvin got a solid 6.
Yep. I would say this makes the most sense. Cathalia and Snow, the two of you would notice upon this vegetation that it makes sense that they're able to grow this, as this is the northernmost city in Zyvan. Thus, they are prone to a little more rainfall than the rest of the desert. I would say, let me look at that again real quick.
And Tam.
Yep, Tam got a 21.
And Tam as well. Yep, I didn't
good.
I didn't look that high up. Sorry, I had missed it.
That's
My
okay.
apologies.
You just expect me to
Good
suck. I
job.
got
No,
it.
I don't expect you to suck. I just didn't look that high up. I'm used to stopping after 5 numbers and going on. I gotta remember it's 6. I would say, yeah, the 3 of you noticed that. For Snow, with your perception check, you notice that you still see out and about in this morning heat, now pushing into early afternoon. It was a bit of a walk to get here. You still see what looks to be farmers in like these wide brim straw safari type hats, kind of baggier, larger clothing. And as a druid, you can appreciate the non-arcane methods that these farmers have to pour into this land to make this happen. And it's just definitely where you're looking, you can see it looks like, and Snow, for 26, yeah, easy for you to see, that it looks like this has been dirt that's probably purchased and brought in from Thavia.
Okay.
Probably something that keeps these two nations strong together. That's what you get. And there
How
are like,
big is this area? Like,
it is a vast
Is it a small?
farmland, honestly.
oh, okay.
It's large. There are, from what you can tell, probably just looking over it, the way you kind of crest over it, you can see there's probably at least 5 larger, like sectioned off areas, and then let's be smaller, kind of specialized areas. You can see there are some that are much smaller, but extremely vibrant in their color, and mostly like flowers and things that would be sold less for consumption and much more for as an actual flower.
Cool. As we are walking, since I agreed to walk with Isa, I will turn to him as we're going and ask him what he knows about this tower of convergent energies.
I know it's big. I know it goes just as deep as it stands up tall.
Does somebody or something live there? Own it? Is it a ruin?
No, if I remember, it's just the center point of the city, correct?
Yes.
And it's the power source.
What you would know is that it is the tower itself, which is what your knowledge is based upon. You know that the tower itself is owned by nobody. It is occupied by the three houses. And even then, it's not even, they don't live there. That is where they do business when it comes to the leadership of the city. It's a very bureaucratic location. You would be able to convey that there are rooms and floors to this tower, purposes to all of it. Much how the Raitul had everything kind of splayed out with the courthouses and the lawmasters and the stockades. Everything seems to be vertical.
This is inside, like the center of the city, versus where we are, which is outside the city?
Correct.
Okay.
Whenever Isa is talking about it, Pyro will look and be like, makes sense. This is where the black stuff would be. It's the source of the power.
How far behind them are the rest of us?
How far do you want to be?
Far back as you wish to have walked from him.
I am next to my sister.
Okay. How far back would you want to be, Cathalia?
It's like 10 feet, 15 feet.
Okay. Because however far back you are, Tamriel is behind y'all.
Pyre can definitely feel the Catalia glare on the back of
Through the back of your skull.
Yes.
That is one counter I didn't write down tonight. But, you know, it is true. Because I am so confused right now.
Okay. Any conversation you wish to have with your brother, you may do so. If not, we will move on.
Make sure he's okay.
Okay.
Yesterday was kind of rough.
Kelvin, as you're walking along, kind of probably taking in the sights of this city and being uncomfortably comfortable with your hourly upkeep of your spell. Or 10 minutes? How long is that effect?
I wish it was an AoE.
No, it's a particular effect.
No, I know.
Kelvin?
What was that?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
You guys were talking.
How long does your
Noted.
prestidigitation last?
How long does the effect
hour.
of cooling yourself down last? An hour. Okay. So as you are walking along the streets, keeping yourself uncomfortably comfortable, taking in the sights, you kind of hear your sister's voice creep into your ear, asking you, how are you doing?
It's warm. It's always warm here.
Yeah.
And it's only getting warmer.
I'll be ready to. I'm ready to leave whenever we're done.
Okay.
Maybe we can
Isa.
go home. And I'm talking in Elvish.
Okay.
Anywhere but here.
Ominous.
Okay. Isa, as you're leading the party along, give me a history check, please.
Yo ho, yo ho.
Bottle of 1.
10.
Oh, 1. No.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that's me. Okay.
It
He's still
You know,
too close.
yeah, he's still too close. You get a little lost for about 30, 45 minutes, and all of you notice as Isa kind of begins to head towards one of the larger buildings that seems to be built on this plot of sandy farmland. He kind of stops, looks at another one, starts heading that way. Then he walks that way for about 20, 30 minutes before he stops, looks at another one, starts heading that way.
Look down. That's my footprint. We've been here.
Look.
Thank God you know where you're going because you're so exotic.
We could have left him at home.
No,
He's been
we
having trouble
can't.
sleeping. Look, it's been a while, all right? I don't know.
It's been a
It's
while.
light out. You know.
After a few moments,
should we tie some cloth around your eyes, spin you around a few times so you're almost drunk, and then knock you over the head and see if that brings back the memories?
Fire's gonna hear the word knock you over the head and like look away.
I don't know. Is that what you like, Tam? Is that how you end your evenings? I know you younger kids are into some of that weird stuff, so.
I know
So
what you
where are we
grabbed out
going?
of her. I know what you grabbed out of her room. I suggest you stop talking about weird shit.
He grabbed his knife, sword, thing, whatever. He grabbed that. Like, where do we go?
I'm gonna
So
walk
where are we
closer to
going?
Cathalia and say, weirdest fucking foreplay ever in Elvish.
I'll turn. Yeah, I know. In Elvish?
as these situations being
Pebbles.
presented and you get the question,
I'm smiling at Kelvin when he said that.
you get the question a few times over, where are we going? Do you even know where are we going? And you're like, yeah, I know. And then as you kind of look around to a fourth location, you see off in the distance the familiar structure of where you had previously met your last contact.
All right. Ah, finally. We're here.
Thank God.
We haven't moved. Okay.
Isol turned to Pyre. If I may ask, don't punch the guys here.
Only if they ask me to.
Consent is key.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Christ.
As all of you begin to walk towards this location, Isa seemed to have pointed out, you notice it is one of these plots of land that is growing flowers versus actual consumption, vegetation, things like that. And as you come across it, you notice it is this decently sized plot of land, fenced in, just not like a fence to keep people out, just enough to denote property lines, probably about 2.5 feet tall. And as you enter upon what looks to be a walkway that splits down the middle of it, just abound you in this farmland that's probably, I'd say probably about 4 or 5 acres worth of land. It is just this kind of almost like rolling dunes of pinks, purples, yellows, blues, violets, but bright colors, very vibrant. And as you walk down the path, you can see there's some laborers that seem to be out and about, watering, looking things over. Some of them have this like satchel of something. You see them kind of throw it out over some of the plants. You continue to walk down this pathway as you see before you this definitely not usually styled as a farmhouse. It is a manor or a mansion. It is large. It is made of stone, and it is also adorned with closely to the walls these not native to these lands flowers. I'll keep on describing, but go ahead and have your perception checks in chat for me, please. What all of you continue to see is this building in the... Nice.
Good job, Rick.
We'll get to all these in a minute. The center kind of key building is probably about 3 stories high, and then it drops down and is flanked outwards by 2 stories for the remainder of the left and right of this mansion. I will say, Pyre, you're just taken back by the flowers, their beauty, the almost oddness of this building here. Which it should be a farmland. It should be a farmhouse. It should be much simpler. Why did someone build something so awfully gaudy out here in the middle of this farmland? What are they doing?
They got money. They're showing off.
Essentially, yes. You can definitely... I'll definitely give you that. Everybody else sees what I mentioned. I will say for Kelvin, what you notice is that the...
Also see Pyre looking at Isa's sword.
What you notice is the banners that are upon the building are not actually banners, but it looks to be someone has taken either extreme delicate care with chalk or paint, something that manner, to decorate the house in the style as if banners were hanging from the roof down, kind of giving this regal look to the entire front of this mansion.
Oh, that's interesting. The flags are fake.
Huh.
Well, when you got money.
Pyre, the flags are over there.
What do you think I'm looking at, Kelvin?
That way. I don't know. I don't know what you're looking at. We're looking that way. Wrong house.
Taking the whole thing in right now.
What is over there? I'll look over and see the flowers. Oh, they are pretty.
They are. They're very beautiful.
We're going that way.
Okay. Thank you, Kelvin. She pats him on the back.
Do you want one? Kelvin starts to walk over to pick a flower.
Please don't.
Please don't.
No.
No? Okay.
I'm not much of a flower girl myself. But thank you. The sentiment was thoughtful.
Okay.
Okay. Isa, as you continue to lead the party down towards the front of this ever-growing mansion.
And this is the house proper?
This is the house proper as you're getting closer to it. All of you can see now what looks to be this, what you thought was maybe annotating an address. Instead, over on the keystone that is over the central porch area is a black onyx keystone, probably about, I'd say, 2 feet by 2 feet of sheer onyx black marble. And in the middle of it, from corner to corner, is a golden X.
Well, welcome everyone, and please be kind to the house Zilmer.
How do you spell that?
It is Xilmayr. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Zilmir?
Zilmayer.
Zilmayer. Okay.
Yes.
Well, no time like meeting friends. I will knock on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door, and it's interesting. As you knock, the actual impact and the sound seems to be amplified from just a knock. It is almost seems 2-3 times louder than what it should be. But you knock. Doom, doom, doom. A few moments pass. You are shaded here. There is definitely a very nice, what looks to be almost all the way around porch. You can see it just curves around the sides of the building. All of it shaded.
Probably is gonna be like,
A few moments pass before you begin. You hear the handle kind of. The door opens, and what you see before you is this extremely well-dressed, looks to be human male. Has this kind of shaved, bald head, a real pencil thin mustache, a little on the scrawnier side, but regal in his posture and appearance. He kind of looks you all over. Can I help you?
Definitely not dressed for this.
Yes, my good man.
One of us is.
I am.
Looks. His head almost snaps to Isa.
I'm a friend of the family, and I wanted to make my greetings and give my respects to the Sandkeeper, if that would be of their blessing at this time.
Might I have your name, sir?
Yes. My name is Sterling.
Very well. Wait here. And boom! Door shuts. Minute passes.
I thought you said your name was Isa.
2 minutes.
That's his last name.
My name is whatever floats in the air.
It's his last
Very
name.
hard of you.
It's a weird name.
5
Whatever
minutes.
floats in the air.
Fire's doing this. Just like, oh my god.
I mean,
After
sounds
about-
are interpreted by many ears in different ways.
5 solid minutes passes of all of you just standing here, having your conversation, before you hear the door once again. The lady of the house will see you now. Come with me.
Thank you.
Are all of them friends of the family, or just you?
They are of important friends of mine.
Roll a persuasion check.
And I try and put charm person on him as well. Fuck it. I'll do the persuasion. I'll do it.
Are you going to cast Charm Person? I'll give you the saving throw if you're going to cast it.
No, I'll roll it.
Okay.
You said roll. I'll do it. There. 27.
27. He kind of looks all of you over. Don't touch anything. And then he will lead you all inside. Once the last person breaches through the doorway, he closes the door. Boom! And immediately you are greeted with this fragrance of jasmine kind of just wafting through the air, and it is welcoming I would say, in most situations you would say the house is warm and welcoming, but here you feel cooler by a noticeable few degrees. You kind of look around and you don't see anything that could create a draft or lower temperature, but you certainly feel like the burden of the heat outside doesn't seem to penetrate through these walls.
Pyre's kind of rubbing her arm. She's getting kind of cold. She's not saying anything because she knows everybody else is on, but she's like rubbing her arm.
Yeah. In this opening area, it's probably about and it's definitely showy. It is probably 20 by 30 feet of this immaculate tile flooring. There is furniture that lines the walls, mostly like shelves that have exotic plants, art pictures, even some very ornate weaponry.
I'm gonna turn and look at everybody. Please don't touch anything.
Planning on it.
We look like thieves to you?
It's not that I think that you're a thief. It's more... I'm more asking for our safety.
He thinks we're thieves. He just doesn't want to say anything.
These are important people.
I don't think he has enough weapons to pay us back for offending us.
The individual that
have a lot of they have a lot of rules.
The individual that led you in begins to lead you down a hallway, and it's a wider hallway. It's easy enough for you to walk 3 wide if you so choose, but they lead you down, eventually coming to a door. He kind of stops, turns, and is there a name to all of you, or shall I introduce you individually?
Well, we are the wild cards, and
Plus
him.
And him.
Very well.
Sterling.
And he kind of centers himself on the double doors, and very
these doors
heavy
are big enough.
wooden doors.
I will put myself between Kelvin and Tam.
Okay. As these doors open, it opens into this large 30 by 30 room, 30 by 40. It is massive for a room. You've seen taverns smaller than this. And it seems to be some kind of probably general study area or something of that nature, as there is just books and art and pieces of exotic flowers just everywhere in this room. Organized and amazing, but extremely pleasing to the eyes of almost nearly all aesthetics. Whether it be you worship the books, you enjoy the flowers. There in the back you can see what looks to be this wall of weapons and armor, immaculately cleaned and displayed openly. And what you see kind of sitting back in the corner by what looks to be a hearth. Everyone give me one more perception check, please.
Oh.
Wow, those are amazing checks across the board. Okay, all of you notice, first off, that the hearth itself is burning with this blue flame. And seems to be, from what all of you can tell, acting as if normal flame. Just crackling and burning as if normal, but in every hue it is blue or a soft white, but calm, extremely calm. And what you see sitting in this kind of large high back chair, sitting back with this almost sultry look, a female form holding this kind of a wine goblet between her fingers. You notice she has this kind of white skin tone, pale, almost ghost white, and this pair of horns that starts behind her ears at the base of the neck and curves up and then comes about almost like a horned crown. Her hair, stark, jet stark, in contrast to black, or of black in contrast to her pale, almost albino-like skin. Wearing this mostly form-fitting, looks to be a casual wear, red dress, something along those lines. And as she stands up, you notice she stands to a height probably above 6 feet. Probably 6 to 6.5, somewhere around there, as this female tiefling stands before you.
Might be why you wanted exotic in the front.
And she looks you over as the individual who opened the door. Lady Vivian, Sandkeeper of House Zilmayer, I present to you Sterling and his wild cards.
Just nudge Kelvin.
And she kind of see she has this wine goblet looking over all of you. A little smile creeps over her painted red lips. Well, it has been some time, Sterling.
It has been. Sterling Iso will walk forward and raise his hand while he kind of starts to kneel and touch the bottom of her glass, slicing his finger on it and infusing it so that way it chills the glass as he keeps his hand on it.
She kind of rocks the liquid around it a little bit, takes a sip. I never thought I'd see you back in these parts. Our business was concluded. Certainly not for one of your nature. And with such bodyguards, you must have amassed quite a fame for yourself in the north. I believe that's where you were heading last time, correct?
Yes.
Well, what brings you back to this lovely land?
What took me to the north? There's things going on that I need to check on, and I need your assistance this time. I was hoping, since we were such good friends in the past, we could be friends once more.
You did do quite a good job for me. Oh, Rovalar. His loss, my gains. Tell me, what do you need? I'm not an open book, darling, but I can perhaps help you.
I need to gain access to the tower.
What do you mean to be able to... It is open. You can simply wander in.
I need full access to the whole tower. I need to be able to go down as well. There's research that I have to do. I need access.
You see, as Isa is speaking, this tall female frame looks over him easily and peers over each and every one of you. And as her gaze meets yours, you can notice now there are no coloration to the eyes. They are simply white. Well then, to have amassed such strength abound you, you are certainly knowing more than what you're supposed to know, Sterling.
If I only knew what I was supposed to know, I wouldn't make as much money for you as I could.
You're not wrong.
And this would make me even much more of a willing friend for you in the future.
Perhaps I could have, some particular guard shifts arranged. Make it a little more easier for someone to slip past and slip through if you know where you're going and how to get there. Do you know the entrance?
Would I know the full entrance
You
that I
would
would need?
You would not.
I would be such an ungracious guest, and so thankful that you would look forgivingly upon my lack of manners if you were to include that for us. I know I am an
Now
uncultured
you wish
creature.
for two things for free. One, I could happen. Two, I may need some work and trade, Sterling. How are your guards? Are they talented?
Beyond anything I've ever seen.
Good.
But with talent comes a price as well. If you'll give me but a moment, I have to at least inform them.
Very well. And she kind of goes back to her high back chair, sits back, and just continues to sip on her wine as she eyes all of you curiously.
Can I just say I love Brandon like this? This is his true self, okay?
This is.
Holding a big wine goblet and
I was
everything.
just typing it out in chat. Vivian will be his next Halloween costume.
Yes.
Shit!
Yo,
I need to see this.
I do too.
The Vivian's kind of a oof. She's a big oof. Two
You
O's.
can do it.
Double stuffed oof. I still turn back to the wild cards. I got us a job.
Do you say that like in front of her?
Oh yeah.
She's just kind of, again, curiously staring at all of you. You're a distance away. He spanned the distance to get there. You're probably, if you keep hushed tones, she might not be able to hear you.
Doing what?
She's just sitting
Do I
back
look
with the
that
wine
stupid?
glass.
Do I look that stupid?
What are we doing?
What's asked?
And what's that? Being her talent?
If we say yes, a potential job, you might make a little money. We'll have a good friend. And we get the information that we need and the access that we need to hopefully stop what happened in Gretka. If we say no, I'll have a few more bruises to add to the ones that are on my face right now.
I've worked for less. Let's do it.
I will walk up to Isa
What is the job?
and I will look at him and I say, if you get any of us killed, I would swear on everything I will end you.
Pyre's gonna turn to
But this
Tam.
needs to be
Sometimes
done
in
and
this
dealt
world,
with.
this is how jobs are contracted. Okay.
The last
No.
job we got, 3 of us almost died.
He'll put his hand on Cathalier's shoulder. You won't have to worry about killing me. I promise you, I'll be the first one to go down.
Said anything about worried?
I would stare Isa like straight in his face and it's like, you better promise me that nothing will happen to my brother. I
Pyre,
lost my parents. I will not lose
Pyre
him.
will come up to Cathalia and touch her on the back and be like, I promise.
I won't make that promise. I would be a fool to make that promise. Your brother will have things happen to him, just like us, just like you. And neither I nor you can stop that from happening. I will do my damnedest to make sure that your brother takes non-life-threatening harm and is the butt of many jokes.
As they're discussing this, can I try something?
What do you want to try?
Just do
I
it.
want to catch Lady Vivian's eye, and I would like to try and use my Far Traveler background, which is the All Eyes on You feat.
Mm-hmm.
And not like walk up to her, but definitely get closer so that I know she can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
And just basically say, we're certainly interested, milady, but I'm sure you can understand that a job that you're asking for carries some considerable risk and requires quite a bit of knowledge. Would there be anything that you would be able to release to us, inform us of, that might be of use? We simply do not wish to walk in blind, as that has gone south previously.
Give me 1 minute.
Should not be doing this, but fuck it.
Oh yes, the age-old telltale. Don't let the computer internet know you're stressing because it will go slower.
Gonna upgrade his internet package for Christmas.
I did. It's just.
It's like Christmas already passed.
New Year's birthday, I'll find something.
I know Brandon's birthday.
Okay.
I know Brandon's birthday.
Okay. I had to read it, the ability to make sure I conveyed it properly to you, because this is awesome. As
He
you get
wanted
closer,
exotic. I'm bringing exotic.
and she looks over you, and you can see she visibly kind of sits up in her chair, and she goes to place the goblet aside, and you watch as her hand almost drops it, and then for the briefest of moments you see this little hand, almost invisible, hold it there in place. She just...
Cool.
Oh my.
That's right.
You are incredible.
As are you, my lady.
It has been some time since I have seen a tabaxi so close. Would you come closer, dear?
Certainly. I'll get within 10 feet.
She looks you over a bit. My. But you don't quite seem native. Your furs. North? Bragos? No, too far. Bragos?
Taurus, my lady.
Oh my. Well, who can I deny such a fine creature knowledge? Should the rest of your companions decide to do a little work for me, I do not wish would place your best. Let's see here. Oh, that's really good. Miss Snow, would you please give me a couple of descriptors for a successful insight check as to what would be the top 3 or 4 things you're trying to discern from this?
First of all, if this is aimed at hurting any of the other families that we were told about.
Okay.
And second of all, if this is something that would be not like, how do I put this? Is it something simple that we could take care of like in a day? Or is this something where she's asking us to walk into something that could be a trap and get us all killed?
Okay. I can tell by your demeanor you're concerned for difficulty, and I can tell you that as long as you are as talented as Sterling says you are, this would be a, how does your kind say this? A piece of pie. I believe that's correct. Not sure.
No, he's like, what?
Pie.
There is a family of the Sandkeepers known as Farlana. House Farlana. Well, my own house and Roveler have quarreled in the Undercities, attempting to undermine each other. Farlana has remained mostly squeaky clean, and I don't like squeaky clean, dear.
Oh, I like
There
her.
must be dirt upon them. I wish for you to seek it. And if it's not there, place it. Publicly. I need them taken down a notch or two so I can undercut some of their prices.
Brandon, I have a question.
Yes.
Did you tell us the name of the family that passed us while we were on the way to Greca? Because I know you told us their flag and symbol. I can't remember if you told us their name.
The merchant caravan?
Yeah. That came from the desert.
I actually do not recall. I will check into that and get back to you with it. And I apologize for my lack of knowledge.
No, that's fine.
It's been a while.
I remember I remember the flag,
There's been much
Okay.
bullshit.
but I cannot remember the
But
name. I didn't know if you told us the name.
No, I can't remember.
Okay.
And
But she...
See if I have it written down, but I really
Check
don't.
that out for me, Lore Master Annie. Thank you.
for
But-
Snow's
Is that my
information.
official title now?
Yes, absolutely.
But she
the
conveys this to
timestamp.
you.
So Vivian is asking us to find dirt on a sect of her own clan? Or is
No,
that one
this
of the
is
other two houses?
Yes, it's
No,
one of the other three.
It's one of the families.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
To find or create.
Exactly, yeah.
Only find. You can only ever find dirt. It's always there. You just didn't look hard enough before.
Yeah, Kelvin's
Do you
not
say
there
it's out
to
loud?
incapacitation.
Yes.
Okay.
Isa will, as he walks up and puts his hand on the upper, mid, lower back, and still in that friend range.
Okay.
I was like upper, mid, lower back are all three different things. Okay.
No,
You
I was
struck
just
in
just going,
her
Covering
oh,
a
like
wide
that.
area there.
Yeah.
Saying that, he's got himself completely covered to not
Yeah.
fuck up.
Yeah, I was kind of determining the exact sector,
Are you
that
talking about like the shoulder? In
And
between the
you
shoulders?
see, she reaches over and grabs the wine goblet and takes a sip. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't need anybody killed. I've got enough of
I
that
do
on my
not
own
have it
already.
because I have not really listened yet
Okay.
for better detailed notes.
We'll go back afterwards then.
Yeah.
I need them publicly exposed as not the squeaky clean family they claim to be, thus driving their prices as they can guarantee that there's no foul play about their wares. And you can see a flash as she bares her fangs at that phrase. She definitely has a bit of hatred for this family.
I love this woman. I
What
want
kind
to
of
work for her.
fangs?
And what
The
if they are
canines,
just super
slightly
clean?
elongated.
But what kind of fangs?
Just sharper canines.
The canines.
Fiendish,
Yeah.
fiendish ones, or vampiric ones, or
Roll a perception check.
you know,
I actually had the
I
same
hunt
thought.
all that kind of shit. 15.
15?
Would have thrown a help dice on that if I'd have had any.
Probably fiendish. Probably.
Probably.
This one is
Hold on.
quite in depth. That the amount of skill that she brings, quite terrifying, actually.
Snow will kind of turn back towards Vivian. Are we talking
Can Pyre
bring the
do
family
something?
down, Dirt? Or simply...
Can Pyre do something while they're talking?
Let me get Snow's questions first.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Snow is asking Vivian, what are we talking about? Are we trying to bring the family down, kind of, Dirt? Or simply the public doesn't like them,
Find
Dirt?
that'd be great, but I need a method to either falsely or truly prove that somewhere in their supplies they were illicitly procured.
Understand?
What was that? And then what did you want to try, Pyre? As that conversation is happening, what did you want to go for?
As Pyre is listening, I would like to do Divine Sense to see if I can...
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
You forget she's a paladin.
Are Isa and I
He's a
done talking at this
Halloween.
point, or are we still talking?
That is up to you two.
Up to
While
you.
I double check the text of this ability.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of nod at him, and I will go back in between Kelvin and Tam. Probably not too far behind me. But...
No, thank you for that, Tam, because whenever you said fiend, or I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Good, evil? Oh, I have that.
You catch that she is a fiend
Mm-hmm.
and undead.
Pyre doesn't understand why she
Oh.
all of a sudden knows
Be
that.
a present.
Because Pyre doesn't know about this yet.
But the
I would
next
say it
question
happened
is-
like natural, and all of a sudden she gets this feeling, and she's like,
The next question is,
Yeah.
what's Pyre gonna do?
So, you know the details. I've extended my olive branch and a bit of risk. If you walk out if you're not taking the job, that's a bit of risk on my part. Sterling?
Pyre will go up to Isa and like touch his hand and kind of give him a look like, we have to talk later. I think we can help you.
Fantastic. Well, you know the details. Good luck.
I do have one question for you, and this would actually be quite helpful if it came from you. I know that you would have clothing that would mark us as a friendly house too. Would you happen to be willing to part? It would make it easier to gain access to their staffings. If we looked as though we were friendly to them, a little bit easier. I know you would keep such gear.
How does Pyre not look friendly?
I mean,
Roll a persuasion check.
Well, it might be the flames coming out of your head.
That's my
They're
hair.
calm.
It's hair.
They're calm right
It's
now.
Hair. It's not actual
That's a 20.
flames.
20 total.
Damn. Well done.
All right.
Fucking bards, man.
1, 2, 3. All of you.
If you
All of
can
them?
arrange it.
Well, that one, and she kind of motions towards Kelvin. Not so sure. We'll
Oh,
get you an
I'm fine. I
armband.
don't need any more clothes.
We'll get you an armband.
That'll work.
But
Will
I
it
may
clash?
I may have some cloaks of Farlana laying around somewhere. Where are you staying? I'd have to find them and have them procured to you.
Just tell me where you would like me to meet the courier, and I will pick them up. It would be best if we didn't have a direct communication between our two bases. You know, to protect your interests as well.
You just see her kind of think for a minute. There is a place kind of closer to the rough and tumble sorts of the town. You want to... How about at the Cracked Flask? Maybe you could put some talents to use there. And she kind of nods towards Pyre.
I would...
Did you say the cracked flask?
Yes.
Talents will be put to use, and maybe...
Okay. And see, she kind of leans back and... Gregory! And you see as the servant, who had been kind of standing much, much farther away, kind of at the door, heads in quickly and pulls off and it's not but a foot away from Miss Vivian, this bottle of wine that pulls out and...
Is it wine or is it wine?
Make a perception check.
How is that pouring? Yeah.
Damn it, I was gonna do something.
24.
What is the perception check?
Please, Cathalia.
Damn, that's some nice wine. Cathalia. It's a little thick.
Isa will do the same that he did earlier while holding her glass and rim it.
And you see she actually kind of extends it towards you. Like, before you have a chance to move, before you leave, Sterling, be a darling.
He'll rim her glass.
She pulls
She
it
had
back.
whiskey. Pyro would put fire on it.
As you reach, she pulls it back. Kneel.
Isa will kneel down.
He watches this gentlest of smiles tugs at the corner of her mouth, and one of her fangs just kind of shows. Good boy. Good luck in your task.
He will get up and kind of flex the back and shoulders and arms. Luck is only ever needed when I'm outside of your glow. On a good day.
Suck up.
And he will kind of turn and look. He will turn and look and immediately give Tam the "get the fuck out of here" eye.
Pyro understands this. She's had these kind of bosses before.
I'm going to give him a very disappointed look, and then I will turn on my heel and walk away.
Okay.
Tam judging? What?
No.
No.
No, not him.
The sky
He's
is
a-
blue.
He's
All of
only
you
been
are-
judging goblins since the beginning of the campaign.
Led out of this study.
How many of
The
those
door's
attacked
closed
us
behind
first?
you. What?
Too many. Nothing.
Okay, you're let out. The person you know to be is Gregory. close the door behind you, escorts you to the front doors.
Does Gregory ever move to where he's in any kind of sunlight?
Make a perception check.
I wouldn't have noticed, I guess.
You're trying to watch him, but you're a little shook.
Whole
You're
fucking
already
thing
kind
has
of
got me
looking.
feeling
You're trying to find what may be particular details to these kinds of places that you're used to seeing. Certain motifs or sigils or carvings that are worked into intricate artworks that are hidden as particular spells. And you don't really notice. But he does lead you to the front door. He opens it, gestures all of you out. You leave.
Where could I find clothing? As you can see, most of my companions are dressed for colder weather.
Probably in the city.
You're a smart
Thanks,
man as
Gregory.
ever. Let's go.
Duh! And all of you are left on the porch.
Turn around and walk into the sunlight.
Okay. It is
Pyre's-
immediately much warmer out here.
Pyre's gonna like walk beside Isa and be like, "Do you know?"
Do I know what?
Her. Do you know?
Yes, of course I know her. I've worked for her before, and I'm working for her now.
Talking
Answer the
about
question.
her. No, Tam can't hear this.
No, I would.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm whispering. Yeah, I'm whispering. I'm like,
This
bad.
is... she's an employer. She's eccentric as all hell, and...
do you know she's undead? I just need a yes or no. That's all I need to know.
What would that matter to me?
Will say a lot to me. I understand employers. I understand jobs like this. But right now I'm asking you. That's all I'm asking you is, did you know?
No.
I am choosing to trust you. And then she'll walk off.
Okay.
Let's go get some clothes. I'm burning up in this.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
I could use
No.
something a little less.
That's
I
the
think you should
crop
stay in
top.
Less.
If Pyre gets any less, she's gonna be naked. Okay, guys? And then she's gonna get arrested for indecent. Okay.
It is an 18+ stream.
Do they
As
do that in Mattel?
all of you,
It might be an 18+ stream, but this is still terms of service.
Yeah.
Joking.
as
Plus
all
we're
of
in a
you
town.
begin to make your way away from this mansion and these farmlands and push yourself back into the city proper, that is where we will end tonight's session.
We found the Dami Mommy.
Oh, I forgot to say and thank you.
Pyre wants to be Lady Vivian. I can already tell you that.
Well, to everyone who is still with us throughout this stream, thank you so much for being here. We highly appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the new year. Looking forward to the projects we have lined up. New shows, new fun, new faces. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. So I will catch all of you here.
So many
Next
new
time.
things.
Next time
Makes us
I
wanna
will
say,
see all of you will be
yes.
Tuesday night, but the next time all of us will see you will be Wednesday night. And I know we can't wait. We love you all very much. Please be safe. Enjoy your weeks. Have fun. And we will see you next Wednesday. Good night, everybody.
I'm excited to see the straps that Pyre just gets.